Hey, welcome everybody to a special edition of Cooking on Cedar. Today we are going to be mixing up the peanut butter oatmeal dog biscuit treats. So we have your whole wheat flour, your oatmeal, your creamy peanut butter, and we need 2.5 cups of hot water. So I have my 2.5 cups of hot water here. I'm gonna go put this in the microwave for about 1.5 or 2 minutes to get it warmed up to that hot point, because we really need hot water for it. So I'll be right back. All right, so I brought it over to the microwave, closed it, pressed 2 for 2 minutes, and while that's warming up, I will take out, I have a cup measuring spoon or scoop, if you will. So, and then I'm going to put this goes along with my KitchenAid mixer that we have. So I'm going to take, first of all, I'll take my whole wheat flour, and we need 4 cups of that. So I'm going to take my scoop and I'll level it off. And then I need one more thing for it to level it off to the perfect measurement. So I take my knife, my butter knife, and I hold it upside down over the top, and I'll scrape along the top of it to level it out. So I'll turn it upside down and I'll go right over the top, and then see how some of that's falling off back into the container. And right there, I have the perfect amount of flour. And then I'll take that, and that's 1. And then what I'll do is take this again. I'll try to scoop it as much as in there as possible. And then I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to level it out to 2 cups, or 1 cup, but we need 2 cups, 4 cups of flour. I have another 2 over there. So there's 2. Take the rest of this and just kind of dump it in there. So we utilize all of it. We take the scoop. And again, we have the scoop, but that's way too much. We take our butter knife. We hold the scoop over the container. We scrape the excess off. And my water's done in the microwave, so we'll wait to get that. So there's 3 cups so far. I'm gonna take this and kind of scoop a little bit more in there, dump it in there, and then once I think we have enough in there, I'm going to take my level, which is my butter knife, and I'm just going to kind of go over the top of it. And I'm not packing any in there. I'm going to just scrape it all off the top. We just need just the right amount of flour. So there's 4. And we do have a little bit of excess flour in there. So put my containers over to the side so they're out of the way. Now we need 2 cups of oatmeal. And that's in this container. A little over there. And if you have trouble getting the whole scoop in a container, or because we use the bigger things of oatmeal, I learned a trick that we could do. We could either take, I'm going to take 1/4 of a cup and I'm going to put it in to my 1 cup. 2. We can't lose count. We just got to level it off. There's 3. And there's 4. So 4/4 of a cups equals 1 cup. And I'll take my knife again. I'm just going to level it off over the container. So there's 1 cup of oats, and I'm going to mix it in with my flour. And then I'm going to take my smaller scoop and scoop it in to the bigger one so that I know that we for sure have just the right amount of oats in there. I'm gonna go just a little bit more to level it off. And I'll take my knife, the back of it, and level it off again, so that we have the right amount. And I'll add that to the rest of it. And then I'm just going to kind of clean this area up. Put the oats back into the oats container. And then we have 2/3 cup of peanut butter. And I pre-measured this already to 2/3 cup. And I'll take my rubber spatula and I'll just scoop it all into the container here. Add that in with the peanut or the oats and the flour. Put that to the side. And this is where I take my knife again and I'll just scoop the rest of that peanut butter off the spatula to add it in there. Kind of just get everything mixed in there. All right, so there's that. Set those tools to the side. So right now, everything is mixed in there. You got your flour, oats, and peanut butter. And did you guys hear that beeping? That means the water's done. It's getting hot. So I'm gonna grab the water and we'll add that into our mix. Grab it by the handle. We don't want to grab it by this part because this is warm on here because this glass. So, and we have just one just like this at Star. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it in slowly, just kind of all over the place. Get all that water in there, set that to the side. And then with my KitchenAid mixer here, I put it on there, and I have to lock it into place. Okay, feels tight, locked into place. And I lower my KitchenAid mixer into there, and I lock it into place with this little switch. And then on this side is the off button to the on button. So I'm only gonna go to the stir, because if we go to 10, all this stuff is gonna go all over the place. So let's turn it on to stir. We're only gonna stir it until all the mix is up, and then it gets to a good consistency, and I'll move the phone over and I'll show you guys. So here we go. I'll show you guys the mix here. And as it's mixing up, that's mixing up really good. And the mixer's starting to slow down just a little bit. I'm going to speed it up just one notch. And then I'm going to turn it off. And then I'm going to switch it back around here. And that's all it takes is, a minute or so to mix it up. So what I'm going to do now is unlock the mixer and pull this up out of there. I know the mixer at Star looks a little different, and the attachments are different. So I'm going to take my rubber spatula. Oh boy. I wonder if this will lock. Nope. So I'm going to have to hold on to this. And you guys can see I'm scraping off the mixture off of that into the bowl to get as much ingredients off of the mixer as possible, so we have enough to make the dog biscuits. Alright, so what I'm going to do next is take my rubber spatula and set it to the side, because I'm going to need that here in a little bit. I'm going to take this mixer part off. I'll take the bowl off. Put my mixer to the side here. And then what I'm going to do next is take my rubber spatula and kind of go around the outside of it and just kind of get everything together to make one big ball, and to kind of just do a final mix in there, just to make sure everything's together. And this mixed up pretty well. And then what I'm going to do next, because silly me, I forgot the bone cutouts at Star yesterday. And so I'm going to continue the videos at Star tomorrow when I get back there with this dough that I created. And then we will roll it out and make our dog biscuits from there. So I'm going to take this, put it over to the side, and there we have it. There's our mixture so far. So I will continue this with another video tomorrow on how we make our dog biscuits. So, all right, there's your mixture. We had our whole wheat flour, our oatmeal, peanut butter, and water. And we mixed that all together and we created this delicious treat for the dogs. So until tomorrow, we'll see you guys later. This is another edition of Cooking on Cedar. See you guys later, and always remember, be kind. Bye, guys.